Hello to all my friends out there. Welcome to this month's virtual Sunday school lesson here at St. Paul United Methodist Church. My name is Ms. Wilson, and I will be spending some time with you today. In our time together, we will learn, sing and dance to a cool video, listen to music, and create art. Most importantly, we will spend time talking about our loving God. Let's pray. We know that prayer is very important, and it's the communication between ourselves and God. Let us bow our heads. Dear God, we thank you for this time together. It is a time that we will learn about your goodness and your love for us. We ask that you will help us to be great learners and listeners today. In all things, we give you thanks. Amen. Are you ready for that music video? Well, it is time. So stand up, get in front of your computers, and let's get ready to dance. Ready, set, go. What a beautiful song. Thank God for his guidance. He is always with us. Our Bible story title today is God's Promise to Abraham. Our memory verse, the Lord carried out just what he had promised. That is coming from Genesis 21:1. Our main story today can be found in Genesis, that's the first book of the Bible, Genesis chapter 15, verses 1 through 6. In your quiet time, please take a moment and read that passage of scripture. Miss Wilson has a question just for you. What do you think the word faith means? Anybody? I'm sure you've heard the word faith before. So let me help you out. Faith actually is our faith word for this lesson. Faith is to believe in God's presence and hope. I even broke it down even more. I created a small acronym just in case you want to memorize what it really means and something that you can keep in your heart. So here it goes, letter by letter. F. F is for following God. A. A is for always trusting Him. I is for I will let God lead the way. T is for trusting God, not some of the time, but at all times. H is for help. His helping hand leads me, because guess what? He is always there with us. Back to our story. God's promise to Abraham. You may have heard of a man named Abraham before. You may even in your mind imagine kind of what he will look like. Well, if this is your first time, that's okay. In this story, God made a promise to Abraham. He promises Abraham to give as many descendants to him as the stars in the sky. You may ask yourself, what is a descendant, Miss Wilson? Well, a descendant pretty much is another word for children or many children. Children. A lot. That's the promise God gave to Abraham. Abraham and his wife, Sarah. Abraham and his wife, her name is Sarah, as I mentioned, did not have any children. They were very old. So Abraham wondered, how could God fulfill this promise? That's so big, right? A huge promise. I want you to close your eyes, go into your imagination, and think of the night sky. It's clear, it's cool outside, and look up, and what do you see? Thousands of beautiful twinkling stars scattered across the sky. Now open your eyes. Wow. Can you imagine how Abraham felt when God made him this big promise? How would you feel if God promised you something that was as many as the stars in the sky? I know I will be worried. I will be a little fearful, but I know that I would trust God. God knows all things, not some things, but He knows all things. So He realized that Abraham had a question about what God promised him. God knew that. So He reassured Abraham that He will fulfill this promise for him and his wife Sarah. And Abraham will have biological children. God always keeps His promises. Have you made promises to someone before, or someone made a promise to you? Maybe you guys at lunchtime said, let's exchange our cookies, or tomorrow, I promise you, if I bring my favorite sandwich, I'll let you taste it. Or next time, if we go play outside, I will let you play with the ball first. Well, sometimes as humans, it's kind of hard to keep our promises, even though we should try to. But what's so wonderful about our God is that He never breaks any promise that He tells us. And that's why we love Him so. And He loves us. When things seem impossible, which means you feel like you can't accomplish or do or fulfill something that's a huge responsibility or task that was given to by your mom or your dad or your teachers, that's when we know that God allows us as he reminds us about our faith in God. There's the key word, faith. When we use our faith in God to believe that he can and he will bring it to pass, or give us strength and hope to make it happen, that's using our faith in God. Okay, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed that story. Now, it's time for another short video, and let's get our hands dirty and create some art. Enjoy!
Hello friends, it's Samuel. Abraham and Sarah went on a long journey of faith with God. One day, God invited Abraham outside and told him to look at all the stars. While Abraham was looking up, God promised him a family as big as the number of stars in the sky. That was a lot of stars. This was really hard to believe. How could this be possible? Abraham and his wife Sarah were already very old, and they didn't have any children yet. How would they have as many kids as there were stars? Even though he didn't know how it would happen, Abraham had faith and believed in God's promises. He believed that God's promises would come true, even if he didn't understand how. Abraham showed his faith by trusting God on the journey. Sometimes it can be really hard to want something that you can't have yet, even when you've asked God about it. Abraham and Sarah really wanted children, but they didn't have any yet. What are the things that you want for your life? I think that I want to be an astronaut one day. It'd be so cool to walk on the moon and step into the sky I see every day. I want to get on a space shuttle, maybe even go to other planets one day. That would be such a cool job. Well, I may or may not be an astronaut someday. We'll have to wait and see. But I do know that whatever my journey is, it'll be good because God will go with me, and I can always have faith in God. Now, it's your turn to wonder.
Good morning everyone and welcome to today's crafts. So today we are going to be making slime, which I'm sure all of y'all are very excited about. I'm just going to let you know what you need. So you're going to need a bowl. It doesn't have to be a glass bowl, just a regular sized bowl. You're going to need a measuring cup. You need a cup and a half a cup. So if you just have the little spoons that you can use, those are totally fine. But I have my little cup, glass measuring cup. You're going to need a half a teaspoon and a half a tablespoon. You're going to need a spoon or like a little stirrer. You're also going to need baking soda. You're going to need glue, saline solution, a contact solution, shaving cream, which you can ask your dad for, food dye, and sparkles. Alrighty, so first what we're going to do is we're going to shake this up real nice. We're going to be doing 3 cups of shaving cream. Let's do this one. We're going to scoop it in there. Let's do another cup. Alright, I guess I'm going to count here. There we go. You gotta shake it. Shake it. So it can get all nice and filmy. Alrighty. It doesn't have to be exact. No exact measurements are necessary. We're gonna do that's gonna. Look, we're making a mess. Oop. It's okay. That's what arts and crafts are all about. Okay. And the last cup. I don't know if I'm gonna get one. Alrighty, so I'm putting in the last cup right now. Just try to scoop all of this, all of it in there. And then with this, you can just get another spoon. Grab another spoon and just scrape it off in here. And do the whole spoon transfer spoon technique that we've all done. Alrighty. So next, we're gonna add some droplets of food coloring. I don't know what your favorite color is, but I'm a big fan of yellow. So I use yellow a lot. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a couple of droplets of yellow. Yep, and it kind of looks orange, but trust me, it's yellow. So several droplets. So you're gonna put several droplets in there. Alrighty. Next, you're going to measure out half a cup of glue, your white glue. Alrighty, so you're gonna measure out half a cup of glue. So once you have your half a cup of glue, you're gonna go ahead and throw it in your mixture. Ta-da! Let's get all of that in there. That's why it's nice to have this little spatula one, because you can really get everything, and then you can do it with your spoon right here. And you can stir it up. Alrighty. So I'm gonna use and just really get into stirring it. Make sure to get all your sides. Make sure to get everything. Put that in there. Alrighty. Okay. So next we're gonna take our trusty baking soda, or we're gonna use half a teaspoon. Which is right here. Half a teaspoon. So I'm just gonna kind of go in there. Shake it a little bit and toss it in there. Next, you need a tablespoon of eye contact solution or saline. Well, I only have half a tablespoon, so we're gonna do 2 half tablespoons. It's a little bit of math for y'all. So 2 halves make a whole. So if you don't have a half a tablespoon, if you even have a half and you have a quarter tablespoon equals out to, if you need 1 tablespoon, 4 quarter tablespoons will equal that out. So if I have 1/2 tablespoon, I would need to do 2 of these to make a whole one. So keep on going, there. And a little squirt for good luck. Alrighty. So then we're gonna stir that all up. Stir it up. Ooh, it's starting to thicken. Turn it up. Okay. And last but not least, the fun part, we're adding sparkles. So since my slime is yellow, I'm gonna be using this silver glitter sparkles, because I think that yellow and silver go better than yellow and blue, personally. So then, lastly, we're gonna do this thing called kneading. I don't know if you've ever seen your grandma or your grandpa or your mom or your dad ever bake, but when they're making bread or they're making tortillas or something like that, we do something called kneading. So I'm gonna take off my watch, and you just go in there and you fold and you fold and you fold it over and over again until it starts getting really like thicker, I guess you'd say. So you just keep kneading it and kneading it and kneading it, which is fabulous. And then you're gonna have your slime like you do right here, and you're gonna have it all over the place. And make sure to clean up after yourself so you don't want your mommy and daddy getting mad at you. But you have all your glorious slime that you can play with all the time. Alrighty. So that is y'all's lesson for the day. I hope y'all have a great day. Many blessings to all of y'all, and I hope y'all get to enjoy your slime. Thanks for coming and playing with me. Bye, guys.
Wow, I truly enjoyed those activities coming from my friends. What an amazing project. I can't wait to try it. I hope you try it as well. Well, We have come to the end of our virtual Sunday school lesson. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to all who participated today. We are looking forward to seeing you next time, same place, same time. Next time, why don't you invite a friend, a cousin, your sister, your mom or dad to join us? The more, the merrier. Now, join me again for our prayer, because prayer is important and it's the key to speaking with God. Let us pray. Bow our heads. Dear God, we thank you for keeping your promises to us and reminding us that you will always be there, even when things seem impossible. We will call on your name and believe with faith that you will help us. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen. All right, there you have it, boys and girls. Thank you once again for joining us, and meet us here once again for another wonderful story of God's creations, God's promises, and the wonderful people that we learn each and every time we come join together in the Bible. Thank you.
Shalom Havarim, Shalom Havarim, Shalom, Shalom. Till we meet again, till we meet again.